The following video is intended to help aspiring voice actors. I am not a professional voice actor, merely an amateur. Throughout the course of this video, I should be giving you my experience on voice acting, tips and tricks to help you out. Enjoy! Hey everypony, Burning Axe here from Bro Productions, and today I'm doing a video about voice acting. Tips and tricks you need to know about voice acting if you want to become a professional voice actor, or even just an amateur one for projects you may be working on in the future or friends projects. In this video I should be going over a few different things you're going to need and want to know, such as equipment, how to voice, techniques, and tips, including the editing afterwards for your voice. Now, for equipment, I actually got this scissor arm and pop filter for just £23, which is like the equivalent to about $30, maybe a little bit less, on Amazon. The link is in the description where I got it from. I'm not sure if it's in US, but I got it from Amazon UK, which is my country. But the scissor arm can vary from different prices. You can get one as cheap as £15 or $20 to something along the reaches of £80 or $100, which is pretty insane, but you won't need to spend that much on it. I mean, this is pretty damn good for £23. I am not disappointed with this. The pop filter itself is very useful. This is the pop filter here, this round thing. It is very useful. I actually have two pop filters. I have one on the mic itself, which I bought separately, and then I have this one which came with a bundle with the scissor arm. Now, you don't need to, but I just thought to myself, I got two anyway, so might as well use them both. As for the mic itself, you're going to want it to be a good one if you want to take this seriously. My mic itself is the Audio-Technica AT2020. This mic has been used by a lot of YouTubers, including Achievement Hunter, if you know those guys. Now, it's not the best mic there is, but it is indeed a very good quality mic, as you can probably tell. It is a condenser mic, which means you can only talk through one side of the mic. If you try and talk through the back of it, it doesn't sound as good. Because it just it resonates in this sort of cone shape that comes out here. If you try and talk off the side or behind it, it's not gonna, it won't pick up your voice properly. Another mic I recommend is the Blue Yeti. I haven't used it myself, but I know a lot of people that do use it, and I know it's a good mic, so one of those two mics is fine. Not sure how much the Blue Yeti is, but my Audio-Technica, I got it for £60, which is the equivalent to like $75 to $80. I got it pretty dirt cheap though. The mic should be worth double 60 in pounds, so it's a pretty damn good mic. I got it half the price though. The link is in the description to where I got this mic from, but bear in mind it has gone up in price a lot since I bought it. Now the equipment is out of the way, let's get on with introducing you to the programs. There are various audio editing programs out there. There's more professional ones which cost a lot of money, or you can get the cheap choice, which is what I use, and just get Audacity, which is a free program. It's actually free. No money included. You just click download and it's done on your computer. It's really easy to use and it's professional. It works really, really well. So definitely get Audacity. I'll go over what the program is like later on during the editing process. Alright, now for the inflection and technique. Now, what is inflection? Well, inflection is the amount of power you put behind your voice. So let's say you're reading a script and the majority of the text is just plain, just nothing added. It's just text. Regular old text, like it was just written up. But certain words might be either highlighted in bold or done in italic, which makes the letters slanted. That means that you've got to put emphasis on those words, more inflection. So you could be like putting an emphasis on a particular word. As an example, let's do this. This is an example of introducing myself in a video. Hello everypony, Burning Axe here from Brohoof Productions. Now if you were to put emphasis on certain words, more important words, like this. Hello everypony, Burning Axe here from Brohoof Productions. Notice how I highlighted some of the more important words there, like the hello, the Burning Axe here, and the Brohoof Productions. You want to make sure that you're getting to your audience who you are, what you're doing, and why you're here. For certain words in scripts like such as a story or an animation, there'll be certain words highlighted for shouting, such as this kind of stuff. Hey, I thought I told you not to do that. Notice how on the not to do that, I emphasize the words a lot more by shouting. That's how it works. Okay, now to improve your overall voice, you're going to want to need a few different things. Number one, you're going to want to keep your voice lubricated, so always carry a drink. It is recommended that you use water, but I don't actually like the taste of water. I never have, just on its own. Water is horrible. But those of you that do like water and can stand it, then I do recommend you drink water. If not, juice is fine. You don't need to drink a ridiculous amount, just make sure that you drink a little bit. Like, just maybe do one little sip in between each line, just to keep your voice lubricated the whole time. One of the most important things you're going to need to know when it comes to voice acting is how you feel most comfortable voicing. Now, you can do it sitting down, but personally, I recommend standing up if you can do it. It actually makes a lot of difference. You would be surprised. I've actually been voicing sitting down my whole life, but over the past couple of months, I've been standing up and my voice acting has improved a ton. Now, I am nowhere near the level of a professional voice actor, but I do my best, and standing up has really improved my technique a lot. You want to keep your back straight. You don't want to be hunching over the mic like that, because for one, it cuts off your air circulation, so you don't get as much air for each line. You can end up doing a really long line, then running out of breath at the end. But if you keep your back straight, your diaphragm becomes less curved, and you get more airflow in your body. When you voice act, you don't want to be pulling the air in. You want to be just letting it in. That's how it should be. Now, the best way to start off voice acting, if you've never done it before, is to probably read things out loud. That's a good start. So, like, say you get a comment on a video, you should read that out loud, or maybe a message, or a Twitter, or your text messages on your phone, anything, or a book. Read them out loud, every single time. And maybe try putting emphasis on certain words that you think need to be emphasized. But don't go overboard with the emphasizing. You don't want to sound like this. Hello, how are you doing today on this fine day today? That just sounds stupid. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Now, you don't just want to, when you're voice acting, you don't just want to hop on the mic and start voice acting immediately, because you won't sound your best. So you want to try some warm-up techniques. Now, there's a few different ways of doing this. Obviously, of course, keep your voice plenty lubricated. You want to exercise your lips and your tongue, like this. It may sound ridiculous, but trust me, it helps. Another way to exercise, which is very good, and you should definitely do this, by the way, is tongue twisters. Now, those are fun. Tongue twisters can actually piss people off, and they piss me off sometimes as well. Like, if I can't get it right, but if you can't get it right, and you're just failing too much, and you're getting angry, it's probably best not to voice act that day. Do it a different day, when you calm down and you think you can do it. There are 3 different tongue twisters I do, which emphasize on 3 different letters, and that is the S sounds, the P sounds, and the B sounds. Those are the 3 most important sounds, in my opinion. And S1 is she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. The P sounds, this one's actually borrowed from an episode of My Little Pony. Pappy Pony picked a pluck of prickly pluff nuggets. Pappy Pony picked a pluck of prickly pluff nuggets. Pappy Pony picked a Fuck. See, it's really hard to do. Pappy Pony picked a pluck of prickly pluff nuggets. Yeah, it's really fucking hard to do, but it's a good one. And possibly the funniest one ever is actually taken from a Harry Potter movie.
Babbling, bumbling band of baboons.
Babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Babbling, bumbling band of baboons.
Try saying that 5 times faster.
A lot of fun to do. Those B's are really good. Babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Babbling, bumbling band of baboons. Once you get used to doing that, voice acting will become a lot easier to do. Now, I want to get into the pop filter a little bit more. Now, what does this thing do, you may ask? Well, it actually stops hard P sounds for words like pickles, pony, peanut, penis. Now, watch what those P sounds do to this piece of paper. Pickles, peanut, pony, penis. Notice how it moves? If you do, like, other sounds like B words, like banana, bacon, blueberry, boner, doesn't affect the paper, but P sounds do. P, penis, pee off, pencil, pickle, pie. So that's what a pop filter does, which is why I definitely recommend that you get one. You need one if you're a voice actor, or else your voice lines will sound like this. Pickle, peanut, pony, penis. As you can tell, it doesn't sound very good. Now, I'm going to be touching on inflection one more time. This is a voice demonstration of different types of inflection used for different kinds of characters. So, as an example, you could be talking in a very low, calm, soft voice like this, which means you'll want to get much closer to the microphone and probably turn down your amplitude on the mic. And then if you do voices really loud and maybe do some screaming like in Dragon Ball Z, you'll want to make sure to turn the sensitivity down a lot, and also stand further away from the mic. Now, I'm going to voice act something very quickly for you. I'm going to dub a cutscene from a video game. Now, because Crash Bandicoot just got remastered for the PlayStation 4, I'm going to redub that cutscene with all the characters. But, Dr. Cortex, we have determined the cause of past failures. Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general. He will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex. But Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do. Failure again! Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female bandicoot. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you how to edit your audio in Audacity to make it sound even better. Okay, first of all, let's listen to the default recording and see how that came out. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex. Pretty good, but it can be better. Now, just as a comparison, I'm going to copy this and duplicate it. So I just Control D after highlighting the entire track, and it creates a duplicate. Now for now, I'm just going to mute the first track. Now for the second one, this is what we're going to add to improve the overall sound quality. First of all, select the entire track by double-clicking, go to Effect, click on Equalization. After that, you want to go to a preset and click on Bass Boost. Now I've actually modified my bass boost. These are the settings on screen now. You can save them by going to here. Once you've added that, make sure the track is still highlighted, go to Equalization again, and this time add Treble Boost. Once again, I've added my own settings for this, and here they are on screen. Save those again, add them, and then time for the next effect. Now you're going to want to normalize. So make sure the whole thing is highlighted once again. Go to Effect, go to Normalize, and you should have these settings by default. Keep those. Hit OK, and what that'll do is make sure the volume is at the right setting by default. One thing I forgot to mention, make sure when you're recording your voice isn't peaking. What is peaking, you might ask? See this bar at the top here? That is the peak line. If you exceed that, then your audio is going to sound horrible. As an example, hello, my name is Jim! I just yelled into the mic, but you may just have your sensitivity really high and just talking like this will have it peak. But yeah, you don't want that peaking effect. You want to make sure it's turned down enough so when you shout or talk, it's not exceeding the limit. Hello, my name is Jim. You want to keep it around that kind of level. So once you've added the normalize, if your lines are a little bit too low, you can always amplify it. So to increase the volume a little bit, just highlight the whole track again, go to Effect, and go to Amplify, and then just hit whatever the default is and hit OK. The last final thing, when you do record, make sure to leave a good few seconds gap of complete silence. This helps isolate the background noise, so that you're only hearing whatever your room picks up. When you do record, you want to make sure you're in a quiet environment. You don't want dogs barking, you don't want hamsters rattling around in cages, you don't want the vacuum on in the background, you don't want your parents shouting at the top of their lungs in the other room. You want to be in a very, very quiet room. Also, it helps to have a room that doesn't have as much echo, so if you've got a large room, you may want to somehow isolate that by sitting in an area which has walls around you, if that's possible. Fortunately, my room is pretty small anyway, so it doesn't really matter for me. So now what you want to do is highlight a section of the silent audio with your background noise, go to Effect, go to Noise Reduction, look at the settings I have on here, make sure you copy them and save them. They should actually just stay as they are next time you open the program, once you've applied them once. So, now you want to get Noise Profile, and then this time you want to highlight the whole track. Go back to Effect, Noise Reduction, and this time hit OK. Now, it'll probably have a loading bar depending on how long your voice recording is. Once that's finished, I recommend with these settings doing that 3 more times. You don't have to get Noise Profile again, you just need to repeat the last step. So make sure to highlight the whole thing again, go to Effect, and hit Repeat. Or you can highlight the whole thing and hit Control R on your keyboard. Once again, you want to do that 3 extra times after you've done it the first time. Then, when you listen to it back, it should sound better. Let's do a comparison of the original one and the new one, and see which one is better. We are closer than ever before! Quickly, into the vortex! We are closer than ever before! Quickly, into the vortex! It may not be a large difference, but it does help, and it gets rid of the background noise, and it puts more bass in your voice, and it just makes you sound more full. You sound more full. You don't sound as empty. You don't sound like, hey, how's it going? You sound like, hey, how's it going? You know, kind of thing. Then once you're done with your lines, if you've got to send them off to somewhere, like a director or something that's hired you, you can export the file, go to File, Export, The default file type is WAV, W-A-V. You have to actually get a plugin to change it to MP3, which is kind of a pain, but it doesn't really matter. Just keep it as a WAV. Once you've titled it whatever you want and saved it somewhere, if you have to send it off to someone, you can either send it as it is through maybe Skype or email, but bear in mind it might take longer for them to download depending on how large the file is. So what you could do is compress the file. If you have WinRAR, which is a free program, it'll be in the link in the description. You can just right-click the file, add to archive. It'll then add it to a WinRAR archive, and then you can send it off. And it'll be packed up, neatly and tidy with less space. So you can send it to them, and then when they open it up, they just have to extract it, and then they'll have the full-size file. And there you go, that's my tips for voice acting. I hope I helped, guys. I just told you what I knew. This has come from my personal experience and things I've picked up on over the years. You can do voice acting 2 ways. Number 1, you can have fun with it. You know, just piss about with your friends or something, you know, do a little project, do some voice acting, do a project of your own, whatever you want to do. Or if you're really serious about it, I recommend you go to websites to audition for projects. One I recommend is castingcall.club, which is really good. I voice act on there a lot, and I've done a lot of auditions, as you can probably see. Just type up stuff on the search bar you might want to voice for if someone's done a project on it, like MLP or Dragon Ball Z or Halo or something like that. Make sure to read through their project and their characters' descriptions and get a feel for their character. Then just do as I said. Audition, send it off, and if you get the role, there you go. One step closer to being a professional voice actor. I am nowhere near a professional voice actor yet. I still need a lot of improvement. But one day I do hope to make this a career. I would love to get paid for voice acting. So far I've not earned a single cent from it. But one day, you never know. Could happen. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope I helped out. Sorry this video was extremely long. But either way, I hope I helped you. As always guys, if you liked the video, make sure to show your support by liking it down below. Or not, whatever. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! And if you enjoyed this reaction, make sure to hit that subscribe button in a very, very festive way. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to eat this transmorphic muffin. It's very delicious. Bye!